In the early 90s, Paula Abdul was on top of the world.
Vibology. When you're on a roll, you are working so hard, you never stop. All these wonderful things are happening because of the hard work that you've done.
Her second album, Spellbound, had sold more than 8 million copies. And she had launched a massively successful global tour. She even had her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
To be on Hollywood Boulevard with the people you've grown up admiring and idolizing, wow, this is a major big thing, and I'm not worthy. That's how I felt. Will you marry me, boy? Will you marry me? Will you come on, baby, now?
What's interesting is now there's someone else to think about in terms of my decision making. When I decide to do a movie, if I decide to direct a film, she becomes part of the equation. It's wonderful to have a partner to bounce things off of.
Paula and Emilio were deeply in love, but conflicting work schedules kept them apart for months at a time.
You know, all kind of happened fast. Paula was touring and working, and I think that was the time Emilio was doing his Mighty Ducks, and there's just a lot of traveling going on.
Oh, being married's great. Being on the road makes it a little bit difficult.
I think we're gonna just concentrate on work right now and each other and bonding.
We did the mistake that people make. We didn't know each other long enough, and it was like, quick, will you marry me? And yes, I'll marry you.
I think it's real hard. I think somebody has to let go and make your lover your mission. And by the way, neither one of them was gonna let go, you know.
Paula's personal life became fodder for the tabloids. And in June of '94, rumors started circulating that she was battling bulimia.
We were concerned at times, and bulimia is something that's a hidden disease, so there's rumors of bulimia, but, you know, I would never see her do whatever she would do, but we were concerned about it.
Paula was very, very private about it. To everybody I've even asked, it's like, when did you know? How did you know? Did you understand it? Did you know what it was about? Paula kept it. She was close to the vest.
You know, it's a battle every day of your life. I know when she went and got help, I just thought it was the most courageous, incredible thing.
She realized she was the one that had to take the control, and she did. When I saw her for the first time, it was like a completely different person because the pain was gone, and it was finally a sense of, I've licked this. I'm gonna come out the winner here.
It's not a pretty sight when you're in the act of purging. It's a real violent punishment that you put on yourself. I'd have periods of months at a time where I wouldn't do it, and I thought that, you know, this is great, I'm cured. But the second you take it for granted, it comes right back.
She was one of the first celebrities ever to come forward with an eating disorder, and it really brought a lot of attention to what it was. And because of that, has helped so many people worldwide.
I walked out without shame, and I walked with my head held high, and I think it's just a big relief.
In early '95, Paula Abdul was resurfacing after a failed marriage to Emilio Estevez and a public battle with the eating disorder bulimia.
She just overcame it, you know, pretty strong about it. Once the shock and the nerves and the insecurity of the world knowing, then she eventually was off and running again.
But I think when something like that happens in her life, it just, again, makes her push and strive harder.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Roll playback!
Paula hoped to regain her stride with the release of her third album, Head Over Heels, in June of '95.
Having gone through many ups and downs emotionally, the scariest thing for me was to embark upon making the new album.
But the state of music was turning away from Paula's cheerful brand of entertainment.
By 1994 and 1995, things started changing. It wasn't like the fans weren't there, but it was the industry was changing.
Styles changed, times changed. And she was in a particularly stylized thing. Most people don't survive those types of short-lived style phenomena.
And I remember telling her one time, Stevie Wonder isn't selling what he wants to sell. Can you think of a bigger genius in that business? It's not something you can be upset about. It's a blessing to be able to do what you love. The rest you gotta let go.
But in 1996, it was the label that was letting go of Paula. She was dropped by Virgin Records.
She wasn't necessarily going to have a long recording career unless she evolved as a singer and songwriter and all of that. That didn't happen.
I've always worn different hats in this business. There are no rules. You play the game how you want to play the game.
She was still doing what she wanted to do. She didn't really need the recognition.
Staying busy is the best solution. And eventually, something sticks. And, oh my God, when it all came back to her, boy, did it stick.
That was like a light bulb in her head. Clink. Okay, I'd be interested in that.
It's about finding stars. That's what Paula Abdul was all about, was transforming herself by, will into becoming a star.
She knows what she wants, and I like that.
Clay, you raised the bar. We talk about raising the bar. You've surpassed the bar.
She instinctively knows when something is good. Do you like him?
You know what? What I'm trying to say is, yeah, I liked you.
Almost instantaneously, American Idol became a ratings smash and a cultural phenomenon.
It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
Paula's unique rapport with her fellow judges is one of the key ingredients of the show's success.
In the words of Paula Abdul, good job.
That's better than dreadful.
Simon is brutal.
You had about as much passion as a kitten mewing.
And Paula is she's sort of a mother hen or a den mother to the performers, in that she seems very empathetic and sympathetic to them.
We've all agreed that we really do like your voice. Good job.
She practically breastfeeds most people who go on the show. I mean, she's just so positive.
It's all about nurturing different talent. Hey, baby, you got to remember forever you're good.
The same audience that embraced Paula from the beginning of her career is embracing her all over again. She's busy. She's busier now than she's ever been.
That's right.
Thank God she still has the energy to do it.
She just, like the little bunny, she just keeps going and going, It's just amazing.
Paula Abdul sit still? Forget it. Never.
There you go. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of the right timing. And just being persistent. And no matter what anyone says, be true to your heart and don't give up, because the hard work does pay off and the perseverance does pay off.